Today is 9/11/2012, and at 9/11/2001 I was supposed to die, but I wasn't there. I was lucky enough, so I could enjoy my day off with my wife. I was the president and principal investigator of the scientific team of my own scientific entity located at World Trade Center 1 at 77th floor, working with programs of NASA, Department of Defense, Federal Highway Administration, Department of Transportation, gold mining industry, copper mining industry, USGS, and plenty of others. Lucky enough, we were on the move to Linden, New Jersey, as the expense of keeping 800 square feet in World Trade Center 1 was $5,200 a month. I didn't see the collapse. What I have seen, it looks like instantaneous justification. Everything turns into the very little micron-sized particles. And when I'm pointing into the place where my office used to be, I feel pain. You may try to follow artifacts pointed by John Hutchison and Dr. Judy Wood, those two, you see. You may look at the conspiracy theory. I'm not in here for it. And I'm not trying to support them. I'm supporting my pain and my life experience. Everything that I've done in the past that I was proud of wouldn't be mine in my brain if I die. It would be somebody's memory about me, if there would be any. Those are my reflections. You see me in here in Murara Gold Mine and in roads of Ohio, trying to find underground mines or water formations, geophysics. I love that. On my way to Tariel Capenaze, I was poisoned. In particular, I don't like one chocolate company from Latvia. I know that they've lost 30,000 euro. Beginning of the spring surprised me with unwanted, unexpected visit of two young men and a woman from Venezuela. And they sent me clear, undeniable, and present message of what should I do and should not. Anyhow, I asked myself a question. Why Capenaze is still alive? Maybe because the big guys are afraid of Capenaze hidden files. So it's a situation in which they're buying time and Capenaze is buying life. And that probably applies to some of the major players in this area. And this is my message to them. So how close we are to be able to give to humanity any untapped energy device, sometimes called free energy device. Well, I believe Idas, Aronas, and Wesley, which is me, we have succeeded in Lithuanian experiment, although we find out that there are, unknown to us as of yet, side effects of that device, but we claim that 1 kilowatt of power is available, driven from effective power of milliwatts, as 5 watts was the maximum power of each one of the transformers that was powering 2 of the generators. And that is pretty much astonishing. Although this device is not working forever, the bases were established as nuclear magnetic resonance, precession, and transmutation of the ferrite, till the structure of the ferrite is completely destroyed, and that device is not working any longer. Still, estimated cost per kilowatt hour is much less than 1 cent.
Žiūrėkit, dar ne iš karto išgesta po atjungimo. Ir matai, ir po biškį pasileidžiam pilno pajėgumo, ne už kartą prasme. And we must connect per gap counter, but still working. And we just find a couple minutes ago we need paper between periods. We have better output.
Yeah, because we don't drop so magnetic loop. And if you remember,
And must remove any.
so it's insulation that we need to use it on ferrite, same field, same here, something like first class.
Okay, I'm gonna be entertaining you with shunt electrometer. It's a nice device. It's not afraid of any level of power. It simply doesn't die. And I bought it especially for the purpose of doing an investigation. Anyhow, coming back to the subject, as today is Reflection Day of 9/11. As today is September 11, 2012, and everything is dedicated to my wife, I recall some old memories. That's what you see in here is transition of the brain of one who thought he understands something to the point that he find out that he understood it quite wrong. That's what you see in here is ultimate killing machine. The remote sniper gun. The sniper could be anywhere, at any point, at any continent. The gun is always in the middle and the target is somewhere. I switched from Cartesian mathematics to Euclid's geometry and I felt so comfortable with it. And I solved the biggest problem that I have had, which is the z-axis accuracy. And I applied quite clever gyroscopic device for it. And that gave me quite easy pattern of resolving the rest. My patent professional asked me, how was it possible to be happened? I said, well, 2 points always belongs to the same plane. And if you have a third one, those 3 points belongs always to the same sphere. But at the same time, those 3 points always belong to the same plane. At the same time, sphere is infinite amount of planes, like a slices. and there is no exclusion for it. Simple like that. And what is the accuracy of such remote gun? I said, if you place a dime 150 feet away at any plane and you want to shoot in the middle of diameter of the pin, that's the accuracy I'm heading for. He said that if I file for the patent application, most likely I'm gonna have a special paper stating that a patent is being put on hold for 3 years and then may put on hold for another 12 years and another 12 years. And I wouldn't be able even to find out if the government use it ever. The answer of his was that I can sue government if I want to, but when I get order of secrecy, I simply cannot do anything or say anything. The idea was that if enemies, both of them have the same weapon, they will never use it. How wrong I was. Nobody's gonna buy back the lost life of the child. So isn't it better, instead of creating ultimate killing machine, give energy for free? Therefore, war of domination would never happen. Nobody can dominate. And again, I stress it, I'm gonna repeat it a few times in here. Only 10% of the people are capable of making such devices, and 90% of the world population feel comfortable of being a client. Plenty of bread to all of us. No patents needed. I was on that boat enjoying a view on Manhattan, for those who are not from here, and Statue of Liberty, the symbol of United States of America, and I was thinking about all of these big names that are important for me. Eric Dollard, Peter Littleman, Tom Barton, and all of the friends from overunity.com. I couldn't even name all of them, but a plenty of them. And also the Polish speaking one. Thank you guys. And we have some revelation as of today, which is a Russian video and a material and a schematic, and it looks like it's very much similar to the one that was made by SR, which is a device that requires a battery to start up and then the battery is disconnected. I cannot validate that as of yet. We have had so many of these revelations in year 2012, but hopefully we're gonna succeed. And also, by the term we're gonna succeed is who's gonna succeed? How the world would look like if energy is for free? Well, let me give you some story. Let's say 12 o'clock tomorrow. Nobody's gonna buy gas, gasoline, or any form of electric or energy any longer. Let's say electric is for free, as we think it might be. Well, at first, gasoline is not used, so the gas stations becomes a wasteland. And the gas station owners will definitely suffer. All of those jobs are occupied in this industry, including ships and petrochemia, will suffer as well, or will be no longer available. 100 millions of Arabs will have to find another job as they may face hunger. By the way, I wish them the best. There are plenty of very much valuable guys over there. We gotta think about humanity as humanity, not divide us on people on this side and the other side. So what would be the next? Well, the next would be that if nuclear power station will be closed and eventually all of the electrical power generating company will be closed, we have approximately 30% of the United States population without a job. The copper industry will actually suffer because copper will be as cheap as impossible to think, because of the poles and the wires will disappear from the roads and the streets. They're not needed any longer. At the same time, people, instead of buying new cars, will simply take out the gasoline engine and put the small electrical motor and power it up. So now we're talking about auto industry that will suffer. Now, supposedly government take care of all of this 30% of the people who are suffering without a job, and then the rest of the population say, hey, we have a mortgage as well, but they don't pay and we pay. So we refuse to pay, and then we have an anarchy. What might also happen is that some of the people will say, hey, the cost of the food is 30%, as there is no need for refrigerators or transportation costs. We don't have the money right now to send people to Moon or to Mars, explore the space. And I was thinking, why? If all of the money that is spent in the world for killing each other, fighting with each other, and putting new armory in motion would be spent just to explore the space travel, I think that would be much more for benefit of the people, of the humanity. Nelson Mandela said that one country terrorist is the other country hero. We should stop looking at humanity as those from one side and from the other side. They want Arabs to be killed? No. They want not Arabs to be killed? No. I consider myself pacifist. But could you imagine that day in which, with a smile on your face, you would be able to afford healthcare for you, your family, and your children? At the day in which bloodsuckers will see their power and money going down to the dogs. How they would feel like? Would you then see the barons of the Wall Street suiciding themselves, not able to withstand living like us? They don't want to be us. They don't like to be us. The power and oil, gas, gasoline, or any form of energy barons with no tools to suck the blood. So what I'm going to do right now is, since the most important part for us is follow whatever new is going on in the area of free energy, I'm going to present you translation from Russian into English of that very much particular video that I have mentioned, which would be a device that does not require any steady power supply at all, and is very much similar in concept to the video of SR, although the electronic is different.
Bobine primaire, dite bobine de Tesla, et ensuite sur un tube de cuivre. On va saturer ce tube de cuivre. Alors, c'est pas n'importe quel cuivre, c'est un cuivre appauvri en oxygène, moins de 5 ppm d'oxygène.
This one is another one, which is the refugee de Serene, and demonstration by Serene of replication of the Capenada with all of the secret. I'm not gonna go with the translation of this one as I don't speak French, but I'm gonna try to do my best in order to explain to you guys what it is about and how it works. I'm trying to make a short out of it to review that particular video and judge for yourself. This video was not validated as of yet, and we do not know much about it. We cannot make claims, but we put that in here as an evidence of activity. Probably a few days from now, we're gonna find out more. Thank you very much, sir, for giving us that information. And this is mandatory honor that I have to pay to the author of that particular project. Thank you very much for that. Okay, I gotta come back to the Russian Kapenadze replication. This is a schematic. That's how it looks like. The translation is made through the translator, so it might not be in fluent English, but at least gives you a sort of an idea. In September 10, 2012, which is yesterday at 5:34 p.m., we've got an information about another similar device, tutorial Kapenadze N2SR, which is the device that uses the battery power to start up, and then the battery is disconnected and the device works without any additional power supply at all. So we're gonna concentrate and try to translate from Russian into English on that particular material. Page number 924 gives us all of the information, and oh boy, where did they go? Okay, got it. We have a number of links in here. When we go to link of real Strannik, then we have already 9 pages, and the 9 pages are in here, in this area. You have a link, and I'm gonna give you the link. It would be okay. Can I do it? Real Strannik site. Вот как и обещал схема установки. That's how I promise you I'm giving you the schematic of the device. Okay. Okay. If you go to YouTube, Daily Free Energy No Battery, eventually you go to another video. So let's go through that and see what we can get out of it. Спасибо большое, Real Странник, и спасибо большое Free Energy Info, Антанас. Пожалуйста, подайте автора, чтобы я ему мог отдать уважение. Я делаю перевод на английский язык, чтобы другие могли тоже понять, что происходит. Okay, we have few videos, and I'm giving you the first one with the translation. We want to tell you that I have it outside. I just came back from the job. Now I'm following the ground wire, and it's going on. And on. I was trying to connect in any other place, but I couldn't. And here we have it connected. I hope you're gonna see it. And it's connected to the pipe. There was a pipe with the water is no longer there. And that was for the garden. And now coming back to the device. And that's the device. And I'm switching it on. And it's on. And I'm putting on generator. You're gonna see the diode that is gonna light up. And it's on. And now we have energy. And now we're connecting the light bulb. That is, now what I'm doing is disconnect the battery and I'm going away. I would like to show you my device. It is made out of the coil. Coil is made with very thin wire and it goes to the transformer. And it is being powered from the transformer. And then we have a secondary resonance winding. And I was trying to get the best transformer, 1.5 microfarad for the resonance in here. And we've got the results. And we have a coaxial cable that is goes from the generator on the second impulses. The second impulses, he used the term minutnych impulsach. Minuta, actually, let me go back.
Значит, вот задающий генератор для генератора, вот сам генератор. Так как у меня не было туннельных диодов, воспользовался схемой. Вот. Дальше, коаксиал с генератора наносекундных импульсов.
Okay, from the generator on the seconds impulse. So we have a seconds, minutes, and hours. The word seconds states about the second. Seconds long impulses, I would translate it this way.
Значит, вот задающий генератор.
Here we have a primary generator or pre-generator.
Генератора. Вот сам генератор.
And this is the main generator.
Так как у меня не было туннельных диодов,
I didn't have a tunnel diodes.
Воспользовался схемой Белкина.
I was using schematic of Belkin.
Вот, использовал КД-203.
KD203 diodes I've used.
Значит, это генератор на ТЛке.
And this is the generator on the north.
Через два плеча.
This is the generator that is made of doorknob capacitor. And then we have a connection here to the transformer that is made on the toroid.
И трансформатор на феррите запитывает генератор, потому что ему нужно.
And this transformer is giving the voltage to the generator.
Высокое напряжение.
Because generator needs the high voltage.
120 вольт.
120 volts.
Это как минимум.
And this is the minimum.
Ну, а это собран такой стабилизатор своего рода.
And
Значит.
And in the middle we have a sort of stabilizer.
Энергия.
That is using the neon bulb.
У нас получается от того, что приходит вот на внутреннюю обмоточку.
Energy we're getting from that it is coming from the inner winding,
На тонкую. Это бывшая Тесла моя.
very thin wire made from 0.25, 0.3 of a millimeter, so that would be 3/10 of the millimeter.
Мини Тесла. Я на ней проводил когда-то
And this is my mini Tesla coil.
эксперименты. И вот она получилась вот такая вот.
I was doing the experiments with it a long time ago, and that's how I got it.
Маленькая. Вот. Там виточек к витку, где-то проб.
The inner winding is wind next to the wind, next to the wind, next to the wind, 0.25, 0.3 millimeter.
Вот 0,25, 0,30 миллиметров. Может тоньше. Вот это я потом расскажу, когда разберу ее. Вот. Пока еще не наигрался в этот конструктив.
So far I didn't have a chance to play with it enough, but maybe I take it apart and tell you more about it, or maybe I build the new one.
С трансформатора. Трансформатор раскачивается вот этим генератором.
Okay, so from the transform we're getting in here, generator is being driven from that transformer.
Сюда подается напряжение.
In here we're getting the voltage.
Частоту я не знаю, но судя по...
I don't know what is the frequency, but I think the frequency is somewhere in the vicinity of 12, 13, 14, 15 kilohertz.
По звуку где-то килогерц, наверное, 13, 15, 12, ну, приблизительно. Я не музыкант, поэтому так на слух...
I'm not a musician, so I cannot really tell.
Так. С этого же трансформатора через диодный...
From toroid transformer through the diode bridge,
подается
through the stabilizer,
150 вольт на генератор наносекундных импульсов.
we giving 150 volts to the generator using seconds impulses.
Вот. Значит, с генератора наносекундных импульсов по коаксиалу, который тоже здесь намотан.
From the generator or using seconds impulses through the coaxial cable that is also winded on that same former.
На эту же катушку. Вот. Подается на катушку. Коаксиал, в принципе, бифиляр.
Our coaxial cable is bifilar.
То есть и тут замкнуто. Намотано, тут замкнуто.
And it's winded all the way through the former. At the end is shorted.
Вот у нас обмоточка резонансная, она тоже идет на...
And then we have a resonance winding and is being winded too. And then there is a cutoff of the frame and there is no wording.
Вот получается у нас земля с этой обмотки.
And then we have a ground from that wind. So we don't have enough of information to have a sort of accurate translation.
Пошло на диодный мост.
And then this goes to the diode bridge.
С диодного моста на конденсаторы неполярные.
And it goes to the transformers, bipolar.
Неполярные конденсаторы.
Bipolar capacitors.
Вздуваются, трескаются.
And yeah, I have a problem with it because they just blow up. And then we have a power from the battery.
Включаем генератор наносекундных импульсов.
Now we switching generator using the second impulses.
Частота пошла.
And now we see the frequency.
Пошла нагрузка.
Now I switched the load.
Отключаем аккумулятор.
Now I'm disconnecting the
То есть
battery.
получается, система самозапитанная.
And now we have a system
Так, значит,
that
вот у нас земля.
powers up itself. And
Немножко
this
не
is
хватает,
our
поэтому я
ground wire.
раскидываю кусочком. Видно, да? Видно.
At the end, some final comments. Should it be that the man should struggle for 2 years and spend everything that he could just to give something from himself to humanity? Should it be that only some will think that this is kind of reasonable and others think about that as stupidity? Should it be that self-consciousness is sometimes mixed up with selfishness in few of us? Shouldn't that be that if we would be able to change all of that by giving to humanity free energy and knowing that if we don't give and we found it, we're simply gonna die? Shouldn't that be the message for all of you guys? And this is with my best wishes for you all. No more 9/11. Whatever the story was that a murder that happened on the American soil, made by others than the terrorists? The question remains open. The answer is in your brain, guys. Wake up. Year 2012, we're supposed to have apocalypse and a new beginning of the. There are true believers in so-called free energy or untapped energy. I am not. I am sure it exists in the form of transfer of the energy from one form of the other. And we happen to find the better way to save the energy or get the energy for free, as I think I did, as well as Capenazze did. Then if you try to sell it, you die. Again. This item is not for sale. It's a giveaway. For those who hesitate, only 10% of world population is capable of making such a device, and 90% is the customers. So there is enough of bread to everybody, with no patents involved, to get their own benefit from their own scientific activity for benefit of humanity.